Hey guys, what's going on, dudes? It is David here. We are back with another video. Now, in this video, guys, we're going to be talking about my favorite sport that happens to be the NASCAR Cup Series. Now, if you guys do not know, the regular season just finished up, and the one race I missed during the whole season because I was working at McDonald's. The one race I missed, my guy William Byron wins the race and makes the playoffs because of it. And unfortunately for him, Jimmy Johnson had some bad luck during the race, and Jimmy Johnson missed out on the playoffs in his final 2 years of his Cup Series career. But there's still an opportunity for him to win a race, his first race since 2017. But we'll have to see that with 10 races left to go. Now, if you guys don't know what the playoffs are, or the playoff drivers are, I mean, by now you guys should know because the first race is this weekend at Darlington. It's going to be on Sunday. And I'll definitely be able to do a race review for that because I don't work on Sunday. But here are the 16 drivers that are currently in the NASCAR playoffs. We have Kevin Harvick, Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman, Denny Hamlin, William Byron, Austin Dillon, Cole Custer, Brad Keselowski, Joe Logano, Chase Elliott, Martin Truex Jr., Eric Almirola, Clint Bowyer, the Busch Brothers, and Matt DiBenedetto. Now let's talk about the first three races of the round of 16. The first three races for the round of 16 are all going to be night races. I'm 100% pretty sure. They're going to be Darlington, Richmond, and Bristol. 1 mile, I would probably say, like a mile track, and then you have 2 short tracks in Richmond and Bristol. That Bristol race is going to be very, very interesting because we all know short tracks create a lot of tempers. And when it comes to short tracks, this could be a big thing. I mean, the last time we were at Bristol, you guys remember who won the race? It was, in fact, Chase Elliott who won the Bristol race. But Darlington is an interesting one because this is the first time Darlington has been in a NASCAR playoff. Same goes for Bristol. Richmond has been in the playoffs before, so that's not really anything new. But Bristol's going to be the cutoff race. And there's going to be at least 2 short tracks that are going to be the cutoff races for this NASCAR playoff, so that's going to be very, very interesting to see. We'll get into the other cutoff short track race that's going to be happening, but the way they did this playoff schedule is going to bring a lot of temper. It's going to create a lot of frustrated drivers. But looking at Darlington, Richmond, and Bristol, the drivers that I think that will be missing out on the round of 16 or will be eliminated out of the round of 16 will be Austin Dillon, Matt DiBenedetto, Cole Custer, and Eric Almirola. The only debatable one for me in terms of getting out of the round of 16 is probably Eric Almirola due to him being on a top 10 streak and him being very consistent. I mean, he just recently signed a new deal for next year with Stewart-Haas Racing, so that's a very good thing to be going into Darlington. But a lot of drivers can't even take it easy because let's say if one of the drivers get COVID-19, they're going to have to miss a race and that can cost them. That cost Jimmy Johnson a spot in the playoffs, to be honest, because that one race would have probably got him in and Matt DiBenedetto would have been out because William Byron would have won this race. But yeah, Austin Dillon, I mean, yes, he did get the win at Texas, but is he really going to be consistent enough against the other drivers, like Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski? Not really. Matt DiBenedetto, he's a very, very good driver, but I don't think he's going to be that consistent enough. Cole Custer got a win in Kentucky, but I don't think he's going to be up there. I think he's probably been the worst performing Stewart-Haas driver, even though he did get a win and Eric Almirola did not, and Clint Bowyer did not. I still think he's been the worst performing Stewart-Haas driver here, so I don't see him getting out. And then I have his teammate Eric Almirola. Now, when it comes to the drivers that could be other than Eric Almirola not getting out of the round of 16, Clint Bowyer, his teammate's a very good option. William Byron's an option. Alex Bowman's definitely an option because Alex Bowman hasn't been performing well. I would say Kyle Busch, but I feel like Kyle Busch is going to pick his form back up in terms of the playoffs, so I don't really think Kyle Busch is going to get eliminated after the round of 16. But those are the 4 drivers I have getting eliminated in the round of 16. Let's move on to the round of 12 races that are going to be Las Vegas, Talladega, and the Roval. And we all know what happened last year at the Roval. Chase Elliott hit the wall, came back to win the race, and made it to the next round. The drivers I have being eliminated after the round of 12, after Las Vegas, Talladega, and the Roval, are William Byron, even though I would love to see him go there, but this is William Byron's first time in the playoffs, so if he gets to round of 12, that'll be very good. Alex Bowman, same thing for him because that team has not been very, very consistent the past couple of weeks. Clint Bowyer and Kurt Busch. I don't really think like those 4 drivers are like as strong as the other drivers are going to be moving into the round of 8. Guys like Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, and wait, did I get that? Yeah, Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski, and Martin Truex Jr. I don't really think those 4 drivers I mentioned, Byron, Bowman, Bowyer, and Busch, are going to be as strong as those 8 drivers are going to be moving on in terms of this. But hey, a lot of things can change. We've had some surprise winners. I mean, nobody saw Cole Custer winning. Nobody saw Austin Dillon winning in Texas. So it's gonna be really, really interesting to see. But unfortunately for these 4 drivers, and unfortunately for my guy William Byron, he will be knocked out after the round of 12. Moving into the round of 8 races, we have Kansas, Texas, and Martinsville. 2 mile-and-a-halfs, and then we got the short track at Martinsville. This is the year Chase Elliott is going to redeem himself. If you guys remember Chase Elliott back in, I think it was 2017, he was in the playoffs, and in 2017 he was going to win that Martinsville race, and I think actually make it to the final round at Homestead, but ended up getting taken out by Denny Hamlin. And speaking about Denny Hamlin, I actually have him as one of the 4 drivers that are going to be missing the round of 8 and not making it to the championship 4, even though he's been so dominant this year. I just don't think it's going to I don't really think it's going to be very good for him when it comes to the end of this season. And I feel like there's going to be other drivers that are going to pick up their form, especially I think Kyle Busch, because obviously you guys haven't heard me mention Kyle Busch's name when it comes to drivers being eliminated for the playoffs. So yeah, but Kyle Busch I do think will be eliminated in the round of 8, and I really hate saying that because the NASCAR champion get eliminated in the round of 8. You would think that Kyle Busch should be able to make it to the championship 4, but hey, maybe he does. Maybe I make a last minute decision on this video and I take Kyle Busch out, or put Kyle Busch in and take someone else out of the final 4. We're gonna have to see. The other 2 drivers I have being eliminated in this round, I have the teammates of Joey Logano and Ryan Blaney, which means the championship 4 for Phoenix would be Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott, Martin Truex Jr., and Brad Keselowski. 3 former NASCAR champions, and then Chase Elliott making it to his first Final 4 for his career. And before I get into who I think is going to be the NASCAR champion for the 2020 season, Logano and Blaney. Now, let's say Talladega was involved in the round of 8. I probably would have said one of those guys would have made it because, of course, Ryan Blaney won the Talladega race. So, if it was a super speedway track, it'd probably be in there. I mean, Joey Logano's kind of debatable because ever since he's won that race, he's been consistent, but then he's been not consistent at all. But he still managed to be very, very good. Ryan Blaney's a very solid driver. I wouldn't put past him to make it to the Final 4. But I don't think it's going to happen. Denny Hamlin's probably going to be a shocker, obviously, because everybody knows that Denny Hamlin has the 2nd most wins for the NASCAR season. And to see him not get into the championship 4, which means he would still be known as the best driver to never win a NASCAR championship, along with Mark Martin. And then, of course, Kyle Busch, who, in my retrospective, if he was able to make it to the Final 4, make it to the round of 8 after having the season that he's had all the bad luck, especially after this past weekend, where he just basically got taken out for no fault of his own, like somebody else making a mistake, then I'd probably say that's a good season for Kyle Busch. But of course, Kyle Busch is going to want to make it to the Final 4, defend his championship, and get his 3rd official NASCAR championship, which would put him 1 behind my favorite driver, Jeff Gordon, in terms of NASCAR championships overall. But yeah, those are the 4 drivers I have been eliminated from the round of 8, now into championship 4. The championship race, as we all know, is Phoenix, and the 4 drivers that are going to be battling for a championship, as I said before, are Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott. Looking at these Final 4, and you come to a track like Phoenix, I say there are 2 favorites to win the championship, to be honest. The most likely favorite to win the championship, considering it's at Phoenix, is Kevin Harvick, obviously, because Kevin Harvick is really, really good at Phoenix. But if you look at a track that was similar to Phoenix and the way they race at Phoenix, New Hampshire, who dominated that race? That was Michigan's own Brad Keselowski. So I feel like it's going to come down to between those two on who's going to win the championship. Mark Truex Jr. I don't think is going to be like up there in terms of the final race, so I think he's going to finish 4th overall in terms of the final 4 competitors, and that means we have Chase Elliott finishing 3rd. And your 2020 NASCAR Sprint Cup or NASCAR Cup Series Championship, because I always call it the Sprint Cup because that's what I'm used to. But the 2020 NASCAR Cup Series champion, in my honest opinion, for the 2020 season is going to be Michigan's own Brad Keselowski. Brad Keselowski is going to repay the faith that Roger Penske put in him for, I guess give him a 1-year extension instead of letting him go at the end of the 2020 season. And he's going to bring in Roger Penske's 3rd championship in the 2010s, because obviously Brad Keselowski won in 2012. Joey Logano won in 2018, and Brad Keselowski would win the 2020 championship and close out the decade for 3 titles for Roger Penske, and that's why I think Kevin Harvick will end up finishing 2nd in the championship. But yeah, that's how I have it, guys. Make sure you comment down below who do you think is going to win the championship. What is your Final 4 or Championship 4 predictions? Do you think that Denny Hamlin should be in it? Do you think Kyle Busch? I gave Kyle Busch the benefit of the doubt and putting him in the round of 8. Do you think Eric Almirola? I put too much on Eric Almirola, didn't have him in there. But I just want you guys to give me your comments and opinions down below, because that's what it is. This is just my opinion. This is what I think is going to happen. Now, a lot of things could be happening. Kevin Harvick can get eliminated out of the... Imagine Kevin Harvick can get eliminated in the round of 16. Denny Hamlin can get eliminated in the round of 12. But I don't really think that's going to be happening. So that's why that's why I gave the predictions this way. And that's why I have it down this way. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please do smash the like button. I'll be posting more sports content for you guys to see in the coming days. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell notification so you know my videos go live. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys all later. Peace.